Welcome to a picking video. So today I have a day off, and beside of some work in the garden there's not much to do for me. And as the weather is so nice, I thought I would make a picking video outside. So on the right hand side you can see a grain field. On the left hand side, hope this is the right English word, it's a maize field, and I'm actually just a few 10 meters away from at home. Yeah, the weather is really nice. It's more than 30 degrees Celsius in the shadow, but there is not much of a shadow here. I can maybe make out that there are watering or moisturing the field here at the end. It's really hot. Not much rain recently. And yeah, the lock that I have that I want to pick is this blue master padlock that was sent to me by West Coast Picks. So buddy, thank you very much for this lock. But this master lock has a very special heart because, as you can read from the label, it's repinned with American lock pins by Trekmaster30. So Trekmaster30, thanks a lot for enhancing this lock. And it has, let me see if I can pull out the key, it has quite a good bitting on it. See if I can do this one-handed. Here you can see the bitting. Deep cut at 1, shallow cut at 2, 3 deep cuts and a very shallow at number 6. And together with a very nasty keyway, sharp edge here, hope you can see that. This makes it a tricky pick, and I've picked it a couple of times already, more just to get the right tools for the job. First time took me about 5 minutes, and I hope we'll get under 5 minutes this time. Okay, now we come into the little forest. I hope there will be a nice place for me to pick a lock without too many people passing by and wondering what I'm doing there. So let's find a quiet place. So a bit away from the path I found this nice place where I will try to set up the lock lab. Okay, so here is my setup. Show that the lock works. It's key retaining. You have to close and hold the shackle and then you can lock it back up. Yeah, that's the bitting again. I use this Peterson flat tension bar, 0.8 millimeter, to tension the plug, and this Peterson half diamond to pick the pins. So let's start. We have to deal with serrated pins and serrated spools. These are the typical American lock pins. And as I said, I've picked this lock a couple of times before. Sometimes it's quick, sometimes it takes a while. So it's a tricky pick for me. Well, I think I've overset something, so I restart. Okay, core turned a little bit into a Nice full set. Touched 4 or 5 and it turned even more. So I think now all the serrated are picked and we can hunt for the spools. Let's see. There we get feedback. I think from 6, we get feedback from 6. Don't know if I can make this out, but I can feel it on the tip of my finger. Trying to convince him to find the shear line. Not yet convinced. Okay, maybe now he's convinced, but not open. So. No feedback from 6. That's good. Let's check other pins for feedback. Tension wrench is not where I wanted it to be. Again, feedback from 6. Still not convinced. And it's open. Yep. Now this time I managed to convince it. Alright, so yeah, let's try a gutting. Oh, yeah, that's a very useful, yeah, how does it say, a very useful pick roll that I can just take along for these kind of circumstances. And I got it from Pick Me 1977, so buddy, thank you very much again for this cool pick roll. So now this is disassembled and it's still picked. Here is my pinning tray. It's a little bit strange for me to do it this way, but I think I'm going to do this careful. It will work. So let's see if I can remove the clip. Oh, okay. It's off. And I hope I have the right size follower with me. Here's the follower. Turn it like this maybe, so the half moon slides against the pins of the Bible, and now the key pins are pointing upwards. So let's see, zoom in that you can see the mess that I'm perhaps producing now. Okay, keeps fingers crossed. Nice. Oops, these are 2 at the same time. I have my tweezers here. Okay, from the core, nothing special, everything smooth, standard. Very nice round core. I really liked it. Not flattened here on the top. Put this in the slot here. And now let's check the drivers. We have a serrated in 1. A spool in 2. It's actually a serrated spool. Serrated in 3. Serrated spool in 4. Serrated in 5. And a spool in 6. Let's dump out these springs. Nice little steel springs. These won't come apart, but now. Okay, Bible doesn't focus. Here we go. Nothing special, all standard stock. Okay, let's have a close look to the pins. Here we go. We have key pins. The longer ones have serrations on it towards the shear line to get caught when being overset, and then so that it's less easy or more difficult to get them down again to recover from the overset state. Then we have a serrated driver in 1, serrated spool in 2, serrated in 3, that's actually upside down, serrated spool in 4, a serrated in 5, and a serrated, no, it's not a serrated, it's just a regular spool in 6. Okay. I'm curious to see the effectiveness of the pins, because I thought they are really effective. Let me quickly reassemble the plug. That's a really short key pin in 6. Now you can see the nastiness of the bitting when we look at 1, which is almost at the shear line, and then yeah, here also not too far away, although it's not at the shear line, and then back at 6, very deep cut. Oh, there's an ant. Okay, so number 1 I don't put in, it's almost not effective, and we can skip this, I believe. So 2 is very effective. I only checked the spool. So we have another spool in 4, which comes into play theoretically, and I had some pickings where I felt a pin in the middle around giving feedback. So then this was 4. Then I skip 5 and move to 6. And that's an interesting thing. You can see it acts like a standard pin in the beginning because it blocks the shear line with a thick part, and then if it's lifted just a little bit, it shows the spool character of it, and so you have actually 2 states of this pin. Yeah, so that was the picking and gutting of the master lock. Where is the label? Where is the key? Oh, maybe somewhere down here. Yeah. So that was the picking and gutting of the master lock, which was repinned with American lock pins by Trekmaster30 on my day off in the wood. So thank you very much for watching. Happy picking. Cheers and bye bye.